Hey, I'm Josh Thurman, and thanks for joining me today. If you've been following me on YouTube or on Facebook, you know that I'm on a journey to lose 100 pounds in 6 months. And I want to share with you as much of my journey as I can in the hope that it will push you to do something better for your life. So whether your goal is to lose weight or gain muscle, these recipes will help you do that. Now, one of the things that I've been told by a lot of people, and I've been guilty of myself in the past when I've tried to lose weight, is the food is boring and it's so hard to keep from getting bored with what you're eating. Well, I'm going to share with you today is one of my favorite recipes. It's a Mexican style pulled chicken, goes in the crock pot, super easy to make, and if you like spicier Mexican type food, you're going to absolutely love this. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with some chicken, and I'm going to pan the camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing as I go through it. Do my best to take you every step of the way so you don't miss anything. Okay, so what I have here is just shy of 6 pounds boneless, skinless chicken breast I picked up this morning from the butcher. $2.99 a pound. I don't know if you can see that. Let me kind of zoom that in a little bit. $2.99 a pound. That's pretty awesome. So for anybody that says that healthy eating is expensive, you clearly don't know what you're talking about. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy opened up here. Okay, so I got my scale, picked it up at the grocery store for, I think it was like $6.99 or $7.99. You don't need anything, over the top in here, just a basic scale. Doesn't even have to be digital, it's just this is what they had, and I actually kind of grown accustomed to the digital one now. So we're going to set the plate on there, which is going to hold our chicken when it decides to wake up. There we go. And then we're just going to hit tare, so on tare, which basically just means that it's zeroing it out so that we have an accurate count. So go ahead and grab our chicken here. I got a bowl for our excess fat. We're going to just trim some of this excess fat off of here because we don't really want that too much fattiness in our meal here. Careful not to trim too much fat off. You want to make sure you keep the meat, get that protein in your diet. And just bear in mind the meat from the butcher is going to require a little more work than buying chicken from the grocery store, just because they typically trim some of this fat at most grocery stores for you, and then that's why they charge so much more for it. So that looks pretty good. Get that there off of there. Alright, outstanding. So there's a piece. And you'll see these chicken breasts either stuck together. You got both breasts. And another thing they do at the grocery store, they charge you money for that. How long did that just take me right there? About 3 seconds, I would guess. So why pay somebody 20 bucks an hour to trim a little bit of fat and cut chicken breast in half? Seems kind of silly to me. One of the things that I do that's a little different with my chicken, and really it's just a time saving factor, is I kind of fillet it like you would a steak. So just kind of jam the scissors in there and cut it in half so it's not so fat, not so chunky, not so large, whatever you want to describe it as. So we kind of cut this down to a more manageable size for the crock pot to cook it real nice and fast. And this entire meal prep time might be about maybe about 20 minutes. And you have 3 pounds of chicken here, so that's going to be approximately 12 servings. All right. So you probably can't see it okay, but we got exactly 3 pounds of chicken on the scale, which is awesome. I noticed this little piece here I'm going to snip off. Oops. And there we go. So 2.99, good enough. So let's head over to the crock pot and I'm going to show you what we're doing over there. Okay, so we got pretty much an everyday crock pot. I don't really even know what size it is. I think it's the crock pot that everybody gets as a wedding gift. The seasonings that make up this, it's actually a dry seasoning and a wet seasoning, but it's really easy. They're ingredients that most people have. Substitute things if you don't have or whatever. Garlic powder, cumin, which is the main ingredient in taco seasoning. I have some of this Weber Kickin' Chicken, which me and the family really love. We're going to put a little bit of crushed red pepper in it. And then freshly ground black pepper to taste. So I've actually already mixed all this together. I'll have an actual breakdown of how much I suggest, but just bear in mind that's based on my personal palate. So what I do is I just kind of mix it around a little bit, shake it around so that it mixes, And then I'm going to go ahead and dust some of it on the bottom, but not all of it, probably about half, I would say. We're going to dust onto the bottom. And then we're just going to slide our chicken in there. Everybody into the pool. Simple, simple. Stick that in the sink for when we do dishes. Okay. And then we're going to season, put the rest of our dry seasoning on here. Okay. Put that in the sink. Turn to low. Put the lid on, and you're done. 5-6 hours. We'll come back and we'll show you what we got. But in the middle of this, so right now it's 11:30. So at about 2 o'clock, I'm going to go ahead and add our wet seasoning in here. So you can do it right at the beginning. I mean, if you want to, set this on a Sunday morning and then, head off to church or whatever, you can put the wet ingredient in right now if you want. All it is some simple store-bought salsa. Some good old paste, thick and chunky, does the trick every time. So I'm going to wait on mine because, as I said, I like to wait. I'm not going anywhere today, but you can add it in right now. If you get this bigger jar, which is a 38-ounce jar, you're going to use half the jar. Pretty simple. We don't get real specific on measurements around here. So last thing we need to do with our chicken is shred it. So just grab a couple of forks after it's cooled down for about 45 minutes and just kind of pull it apart. This should just be coming apart real simple, just like that. And that's pretty much done, guys. You can go ahead and put it in a container, sauce and everything, and it's ready to go, served whatever you want it. Put it in your meal prep for the week, and that's Mexican style shredded chicken. All done. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll have some other recipes you can enjoy and other tips. Thanks again.